What's up, Saber folks? I'm here this time not with a Saber review. This time this is for sort of a side order from DARKWOLF Custom Sabers. What you're seeing here is the Fallen Duel from their website. Served me very well. I've had it for a year now. I've had no issues. So, I mean, it comes unpainted, so that may, if aesthetics is a thing and that's an issue for you, then that's an issue. But it's very clear on the website that it is not, so it wasn't an issue when I got it. It came with a coupler. Pretty cool. I already did a review of this. You can go ahead and check that out other places on the channel. But this time I wanted a handle, like the Broken Order, like the Fallen Order handle. Let me see here. You got your Cal Kestis, Gerald to Paul hilt right here, and these come with the coupler, so it's a staff. It's a pretty good deal. I can't quite remember the numbers, but it was one of the best deals I could possibly find on the internet a year ago, and probably still. But wanted to, since a year had passed, he's got a quick connect coupler for these guys, so I wanted to try that out. So I asked him, can I just order the coupler? So he made a special order for that. And then I also asked him if I could get the hand section, the grip section for one of them. And then I also asked for a grip section from another version of a Saber that he had, rather than pay an additional, like, I think it's like $245, $250 for another empty of one of these, just to get the broken handle. So this is sort of just a fit test to see, open an unboxing and a fit test to see if it actually works. Let's see here. I pre-opened it because ruffling through packaging is not always fun. Let's see if I did a good job or not. Come on, get out of there. There's a lot of tape on this thing. There we go. There's one box. I hope all the pieces are in there. He's good, man. He literally responded to me within 24 hours easily. Sometimes I feel like he responds too quick on occasion. And there's box 2. And that should be both of the, and that's packaging there. And that should be both. So there's the Broken Order V2, which is basically this with the broken, whatever their install option is. But the broken grip section. And then the other one was from I don't know, Fallen, I can't remember. V6, version 6 on his website. So let's go ahead and open. Okay. Boom, look at that. Now these are just CNC machine, I'm pretty sure, so. Whoa, and the pommel as well, so he included those both. Nice, this is awesome. This is exactly what I was looking for. I didn't want to buy a whole new Saber just to get the end piece. I figure I could paint it if I needed to, and it rats pretty well. I think this is straight from the factory because I don't know how much he does in-house anymore in the US. I think he mostly works through, can't remember. I think he had a partnership with Damien Sabers for a while, and I think they're directly hooked in with LGT. But either way, you could probably find this stuff on, you know, cheapy China websites, Alibaba and all that, but to not have to worry about reliability and trust, it's really nice. Now, they said this was a pommel section as well. So I want to, oh, look at that. And I didn't know that. I've always been mixed about these like pommel sections because personally I think that looks cool by itself. And he said this fitted. That's the other one. You got the extra trust because I asked him to check. And he said he asked the guy to check for him. So let's see here. Boom. Should be 1 inch in diameter. Moment of truth. Let's go. Little tight, but hey. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. I like that broken look personally. I think that looks cool. Let's see here. Let me see if we can. It's a little longer now, which is pretty cool. Let me move this guy and move garbage here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the Broken Order. It's like I have a whole new Saber now for what? I think it was under $100 for each of these grips, which is great. If you don't want to buy a whole new Saber, you just want a piece, apparently you can just ask him. I messaged him via Facebook, the Facebook Messenger, and he responded very quickly. So I love that. That looks like it got blown up, because that's kind of the point, right? Yeah, it's hard to get a good angle here. But this is a bigger section. Let me see here. Where's the one I bought is for a staff, so that makes sense. But this is awesome. Bigger, it feels heftier. It feels like a real, now it feels like a single blade, and it's cool. Now I'll put this guy in here. Oop. I'm not sure how that works. Oh, is this how it works? Find the, what? It's threaded interestingly. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, that's cool, man. Maybe I'll show this to you guys. Oh, interesting. They literally, that's awesome. So they milled the tube and then they broke it. They must do this like standard, because this is not rubber. I know some people think it's rubber. I did for a while. This is feels like metal, aluminum. But they threaded. You see how they threaded the broken part? That is kind of cool. So they have the normal, they made the tube, and then they probably laser cut this, and then they broke. See how that is cool, man. And this is a normal threading for a coupler, or sorry, for a pommel. And if you wanted to get super fancy, let me just see what it sounds like here. With just, that's the speaker. And then there's also windows here in the pommel if you got an expensive version with a light at the bottom with the different chassis. Got it on the blue Cal Kestis. Cool. I'll go ahead and shut it down and thread her back up. That's cool. This is just cool. I know it's simple, it's basic, probably basic machining, which I don't really have intention to get into, but that's just cool, man. And it fits, I don't know if you're going to be dealing with something like this, but you probably could. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It feels uncomfortable if you grab it at the bottom. But let's do it again. Nice. I don't know. I kind of like it without the pommel. But this is the official Broken Order V2, I think. And this is based on the first game, I think, and then they just reappropriated it for Survivor. Alright, cool. Oh, and then we'll try the other one. Boom, boom. Open box. And this, he said, oopsies. He said this one, oh, I'll shake you there. This one also fits, which is pretty cool that these things fit together. I mean, it kind of makes sense, just have it all the same. Now this is a black one with a much more intricate pommel attachment, I guess. This is cool. Now I really feel like I'm doing the thing. All right, cool box. I like the foam here. That's probably just factory standard. He said for the quick connect coupler to work, you needed 2 male-to-male couplers. So I bought an extra couple. I have one already, but I always like to have an extra one anyway, just because I also like to throw it around, like toss it. So that's kind of cool. Nice. So here we go. A little bit of scratches here, but again, I don't think he really controls that. This one's clean, perfectly clean. And this one just, I guess, a little bit of scratch, but not a big deal. Because I think he just basically tells them, the guys at the factory, that for him, like what to ship out, and then they go, okay, and then they do it. And I like the ones that have like little wires and stuff, and I will think about wow, this is much more detailed. You can feel this. Wow, hear that? Wow, that's cool. Oh, jeez. Thing's like a drum, dude. I did not realize. Oh, it's the end. Does this screw on? Okay, you can tighten that to make it less wobbly. But this is so intricate. I might think about adding a wire in here or something. I think that's where, see here? You can add wires and insert them, I guess, with super glue or whatever. This is so much more detailed. Wow, talk about the level of difference. I mean, the Broken Order V2, this is your standard. I think it's one of his cheapest, like $245 for an empty, so you get, you know, the body on the emitter, the body, and then this grip and pommel. For I think an empty is $245, I think. This is like 3 or 4 levels up, but it just feels, it's probably not as durable. It's definitely thinner. Look at all the detail on this thing. I'm nerding out here. And then here's this like metal, or this gold brass thing. I don't know. But I think this does need some wires for sure. But this is cool. You could like line it up and just send a wire down here. Well, maybe I'll have a trip to the electric store just for funsies. All right, cool. And then let's look at, that is cool. This is just a cool pommel that I can just put onto stuff, I guess. And you can interchange them too. Ooh. I like the grip. I didn't know this was, I thought this would be rubber for some reason. It is a little bit less durable than the other one. But I mean, it's, you can literally hear it when I, metal. So we'll go ahead and pop, let's do it on the other guy. Why not? Trying to keep everything on screen is kind of hard. Just put that down. Boom. That goes there. I'll put that over there. Moment of truth. Interesting. It's mostly the same. Now this is mostly untouched. Yeah, oh, this is good. There's no scratches or anything on here. This grip feels better. The grip on this is a little smoother, a little less gnarled. This one feels really good, if you care about that. Moment of truth, and it works. Look at that. I've been meaning to paint, sort of, you see how this is silver, it's not painted at all. You can get a sense of how it will look, if I can get it right. The shadow, see how that looks, the underside looks black now? So that's sort of the look that we're going for. Don't ignore the top couple, they're not windows, but the top things. There you go. And that's kind of what it'll look like. But that's pretty cool, man. So I've got 2 here. Boom, boom. I'll put the pommel in a second here, but I just dig this. Let's turn her on and see. This one's not on Cal Kesslers. This looks, does that not look cool? It's definitely like more intricate and more detailed for sure. They definitely put more artistic interest into this. But that's awesome. That's kind of what I was going for. So, heck yeah. It's really custom now. Go ahead and turn her off. Put that thing. That's cool, man. That is gratifying. Should get one of those workbenches soon so that fits. Look at that. Fits the genre, the game, I guess. So there you go. There's your from this angle. And we'll do it the other way. There it is from this angle. These are really cool. I did not expect much from these. I thought this would be like flimsier. That's metal. It's the same as this one. And that one. Nice, dude. That's cool. I do think I will get some wires or something to make this, finish this look out. But this is cool, man. Look at that. That is order fulfilled. All right, now we'll leave these here. I'll let you guys see these. I want to see what happens. I'll do this because we know how this works, how this quick connect coupler works. He said you need 2 of these to make this work. All right, so we're here, and again, great customer service by Johnny Collado at DARKWOLF Custom Sabers. He's always replied very, very quickly and efficiently within reason. Like a weekend or holiday, I think. And sometimes he'll let you know. He's like, I'm not paying attention. But I still feel like he always responds. Anyway, it's a strength of his and his company. So he said, what am I doing here? He even sent me a video on how to work this, and I probably should have watched it before I jumped in. So that's tightening. Okay, loosen. I'm trying to figure this one out here. Oh, okay, so I've been spinning my wheels trying to figure this out. I'm like, oh, no, this is like a sheath that rotates, and then this is actually the bottom part, and then to do this, you'd have the saber, and I'll have that in a second. You press, see how I'm doing here? Press. Easy. It's actually remarkably easy. Talk about quick connect, that's great. And these are, I believe it's an LG, or no, it's a VHC, LGT. These should work with anything from these. So if you have a bunch of them, it's pretty cool. Now I wanted this especially, and maybe I'll paint it silver, but maybe not. Maybe I won't. Specifically because he moves between stances in the game, Survivor and Fallen Order, quite a bit. So remember how big of a deal it was when it was like, oh my gosh, you got a new stance? It was like, I went from single to a staff to double. What? It was such a cool thing. And then now I think with, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Jedi Survivor yet, honestly, I think it's saving the franchise. But to go from, you get a cross guard, and then you get the shooter stance, or what, I can't remember the order, but it's pretty cool, man. I think it's cross guard, then the gun stance. Anyway, let us play the game here with this. So put that guy on this way, rotating. Put that down here. This is cool, man. We'll do this. I mean, it's a little wonky, right? It looks, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look that different. I mean, it's black. I could paint it silver if I wanted, or gray or whatever. But here we go. So if these sabers were together, and I want to do this, I'm going to pull this here, let that thing in, and then it's good. Does it tighten? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it just rotates. So that's something to be advised. It's not going to, it's literally just a coupler. It's not going to thread in any particular way. It's just, it still will. Does it tighten? I could have sworn I felt it tighten. No, maybe not. No, that's different. That's the middle section. Yeah, because this thing doesn't have anything to lock it into, which, blessing and a curse, probably means you can do it from any angle, you know. And then if you want to undo it, I'm going to grab here, in my case, index and thumb here, squeeze, pull. Easy, dude. That's incredible. This is truly a groundbreaking piece of technology in the saber community, just to commemorate that. The fact that sort of a China cheapy brand thing has a quick connect coupler like this. This is the other one. Boom, put in, pull, boom. Cool. There you go. Good to go. That's pretty sweet. I'll put these guys together and then we'll demonstrate. Yeah, can confirm. This is one of the coolest pieces of saber equipment, honestly, to have. And I'm not joking. This is pretty cool. Boom. Boom. Now they're separate. If I had started, I would have gotten some basic sabers. I'd have gotten 2 staffs. Multicolored RGB was a big deal back then. It was expensive 5-10 years ago. And then you go here, boom, boom. Now they're together now. I'll go ahead and... One of the pros is that it's kind of loose in that, like, these are going to move, and there's a little bit of play here. See that? I don't know if you can tell. Oh, there you go. A little bit of bend. Cool. It still works. It's still together. It's reliable. I've just done it like 20 times. Pretty sweet. The pro, again, is that it's also a con. The con is that it's loose, but the pro is that it's also loose. Why does that matter? Because I can't do that. I got a Saberforge quick connect coupler, which was groundbreaking for me a while back. And it's really hard to manage. So really quick, I think that you can do like a 15 or a 10 pound and like a 15 or 30 pound, something like that. There's like a lighter resistance and a heavier resistance. This is like, what, 2 pounds, 3, 5? I'm stronger than I was too when I bought that thing, but I mean, I can spin this thing, come down, and I've played with different hand grips too. This will be an interesting one where you're here over opposite grip, grab with the pinky and pull. Go. you know, now you have two. I have to switch it around again, go to backhand at some point in your flow stance or whatever, but that's an easy one. Look, index, thumb, pull, boom, done, easy. This is one of the coolest things I think I've ever gotten. It's very simple, under $100. I'm not sure if he sells it separately, so I think you do have to reach out to him and just be like, hey, I really like your quick connect coupler. Again, super happy with the customer service at DARKWOLF Custom Sabers. Johnny Collada's doing a great job. He's doing some great stuff over there. Even just as he replies, you know, he's not going in the automated or sort of like the call center or anything. He's responding to everything. So highly recommend. Very slept on piece of equipment here. It's got to be within the last year that this became a thing. A lot of cool stuff coming up on, and he doesn't pay me for this, by the way. Yeah, I still paid him for this. I've paid him for everything he's done for me, but he's been such a good customer service example, and I just want to push that out there, especially, and this was, I mean, gosh, I reached out like a week ago, maybe a week and a half, and it's already here, from factory to here, real quick. So the reliability, the trust is huge, especially in today's, we're moving into tech more and more, so keep that in mind. Got the quick connect coupler here. I'll put this guy here like this, and then we'll do these two. Cool. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see here, I've got more on my Instagram, transcend_sabers. I've got fights and other choreography. I mostly do flows. Everything started by me just going in the backyard and doing lightsaber flows. Some of my old stuff's pretty good. We got really cool fight scenes, and I've got some not award-winning, I can't say that. I'll find a way to submit it to a contest at one point, but I think award-level short films for Star Wars, if you're into Star Wars short films for fighting, costume, choreography, you can check that out on my channel. And then again, I have pieces clipped on transcend_sabers. So thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.